So being a mom isn't easy. In fact, when they say in your job application or your job hunt and they ask you, do you have experience doing repetitive tasks? If you're a mom, always say yes, you have. Because there is nothing as repetitive as the morning chores we do every day. Okay, you wake up in the morning, you just have the kids for school, you take them to school, you come back, you do your home morning chores, you do the same thing every day, basically the same thing every single day. So it's a transferable skill. You can say, I have a skill, I have an experience in that, repetitive task. So this morning I just went to drop mama off at school, and luckily for me, dad is at home, so I didn't need to come out with some. Ordinarily I would have come out with her to drop mama off, because she wakes up early too, so I basically do their morning chores together, bath them together, dress them up. She even eats this early, then I'll take her along with me to go and drop mama off at school. And then after dropping mama off at school, we'll go home. I'll do one or two other morning chores, then we start homeschooling, because some is just 2. She's 2 plus. About some months, she'll be 3 in April next year. And of course, you know that the system of education here, she can't be in nursery yet until she's 3. So they said my daughter will be in nursery next year September, guys. So tell me what I will be doing with that woman until next year September, because that girl, she talks, she does everything that ordinarily you would have said, this girl is up to school age. And if it were in Nigeria, by now I'm sure she would have been in school. In fact, her sister started school at 3 months, because in Nigeria, of course, I'm a working mom, my husband too, goes out in the morning just like me, comes back in the evening. So we have no choice but to put her in a crèche. But someone has never been to school since she was born. She's just lucky. That girl is just lucky now. Right from the time when she came, we had a lot of our relatives at home. Her auntie was there doing her internship, and then her uncle was there too. So there's hardly a time that we'll be leaving the house and nobody's at home to take care of her. You find out that she had no reason whatsoever to be at crèche. She didn't go to crèche in Nigeria. In fact, the time when we put her in a crèche was when we actually wanted her to socialize, when this our traveling was maturing, like coming to reality, me and my husband, because then she was just used to family members. If any other person carries her, she'll be crying. If she sees visitors like this, if visitors enter our house like this, she will be crying until they go. Like, I'm not joking. She will cry until you leave the house. So we just said, this is not good though. This is not what will carry this girl to go and be doing abroad. Make she not cry and they will come and say the thief became. Because everybody in the house knows some has cry. Even up till now, some of our family members, when they come, instead of asking us how is somebody, they'll say how is cry. Because everybody in the house cry. So then we had to put her in a crèche so that she can just go and socialize, meet other kids, do the thing they do there, play, so that she just kind of loosen up a little bit to get to know people. So she attended that crèche like 1 month, just 1 month, before we eventually left Nigeria. That was the only school that girl has been to. Ever since then, she has been in my house. I will school her, she will school me. We have been doing it together. The other day, I was reading a story for her in her storybook. And then all this the name of the storybook is Little Pets. All these little animals they drew, they all kind of look alike. Mistakenly, I called one of it. The one I wanted to read was a pony, really. But I mistakenly said, what was her name again? I've even forgotten the name of the pet. But I mistakenly called it a puppy. And some corrected me. She said, no, mommy, that's a pony. And I'm like, really? Do these people know that you can do all this? Like, these people that said you should wait till next year September before you start school. Now, Kukume, you turn lecturer for my house before they will take you. I think you're due. Come and start going to school. Honestly, if I had my way, she would have started school, really. But then, it's what it is. So, when I'm off, how we alternate their childcare and taking them to school and all that is, my husband works like 4 days in a week and I work 2 days, so we both have 1 day off to stay and have a family time. So whenever I'm off, he's on. When he's on, I'm off. So today basically is my off day, so it's my own day taking care of the kids, dressing them up and taking them to school. And the day that I'll be going to work, he will be off from his own work, so it will be his duty to do all that for them. So that's how we've been coping. Basically. It's not easy, but we are kind of aligning and getting used to it. What can we do? So now I'm actually glad that Pama has entered reception now, so I'm now having a reasonable time, dropping her off at school. You drop her early in the morning by 8, and then you pick her up by 3 p.m. It's fair enough. Unlike when we came in new, when she was in nursery, that nursery dealt with me. You drop her off at school by 8 in the morning and pick her up again by 11, just 3 hours. Oh my God, that was so stressful. And then I went and put her in one nursery that is not even close to our house. We have to enter the bus to go. You know how the UK bus system is. You have to always check your time to meet up with the bus, make sure that the bus doesn't leave. If the bus leaves, you have to wait for another 15 minutes. And then sometimes you find out that I will drop her. By the time I even see someone, just that you see somebody other moms in the city where we stay, that you will see in school dropping off their kids. At the time you just start making friends with most of them, and we are also in the same group. We have a WhatsApp group that we all belong to. So when you see somebody, before you even ask the person, how far now, how you did, that thing we talk, blah, 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 and then you are running to go and catch a bus, you have missed the bus. And then you have to now wait for another 15 minutes before you get another bus. By the time you wait for another 15 minutes to get another bus, you just got home, because of course I'm coming with someone now. So my walking pace will not be as fast as if I'm walking alone. You have to walk slowly so that she can catch up with you. By the time we get to the house and we are finished removing our jacket and removing our shoes, it's 11 o'clock. Oh my God, it's some minutes to 11. So you need to run off again to catch the next bus that will be there by 11. Oh my God. And you dare not come late. In fact, there was a day I came late. Oh my God, I thought it was a little thing. I missed the bus. I was running to be there. I was like, 3 minutes, 4 minutes, 5 minutes late. Before I knew it, it was 10 minutes late. And I didn't call the school to say I was coming late. These people started calling me. Unfortunately, my phone was in my bag ringing. I didn't even hear my phone ringing. By the time I got to school, I thought it was just to go inside the class and pick her up and tell the teacher, oh, sorry, I'm late, the bus. I went to the class. I didn't see anybody. I saw a teacher that directed me and said I should go to the office. I went to the office. They started querying me why I'm late. In fact, almost reaching to the extent of giving me form to fill. Say I come late. Say I go pay how much. And I started begging them that we are new. I didn't know this. Please, it will never happen again. The woman now started canceling me. When I got home that day, my husband was like, how can you be late? Like, what were you doing? You don't know that this lady don't get late. Because all those kind of things, I was just starting to get used to it. I'm not the running up and down kind of person, catching up the bus. And if the bus says 2 minutes, I might be there like 1 minute late. After that day, if my boss is 50 minutes, like if my boss is 11:50, I'll be there at 11:40. I don't want story. So then it was really stressful. Before you know it, it's already 3 hours already. It's time to go and pick her up. Oh, in fact, it went to a time that I had to bring her down from that school. I told them that no, the distance we can't do. We don't have a car yet. We're not mobile. So running up and down, catching buses. I just brought her down to a school that is now in our own area, in our own postcode. Because when we came new, we didn't know which one is which. I just went to the website. I was just looking for schools around me. I just googled this school. They have fine website. That's one thing with business. If you're running a business, please make sure that you have website that is informative. Website can sell you. It can make or mar you. Do you know that the school that is in our local zone, I went to their website. What I was seeing there, I was not understanding. It was looking like one abandoned site. Like, I was like, which kind of school be this one? Waiting they go fit teach children for this kind of school. Well, the website was so scattered. Like, I now went to this other school website, so arranged, so informative, navigation so on point, colorful, everything. Immediately I saw it, I said, this is the school. This is even when you see the fonts they used to in writing things, you will know that this is the child education setting, all that. It was so lovely. That was how I called them, and luckily for us, they had space. They took us in. You see how websites, just the website I saw, how they projected themselves. So people that are doing business, people should not be taking your website for granted. If you cannot maintain a good website, it's better you don't even have it. Anybody that wants to reach out to you, let them call you, instead of having a website that looks like an abandoned project. People will just see and think that you're not serious. At the end of the day, they took us in and we went and started there. Before we now started struggling with this bus thing, I now had to use my 2 legs to go to the school close to us, where I now kind of started discovering that there's even a school close to us. And I started discovering the school and realized that the school is also very good. I went on Ofsted. Ofsted is where they kind of rate schools here in the UK. Like, schools have ratings there. If you want to find a good school, you go to Ofsted, you see their Ofsted rating and all that. I went to Ofsted and the rating was as good as the one that she was attending. That was how I applied for transfer, and they transferred her to the school she's going to now, where she now finished her nursery. They also took her in for reception. I did paperwork for transfer for her reception, because already by then I've already also applied to the council for her to go to this other school. So I had to start emailing and doing all that, and at the end of the day we successfully transferred her to this one that is here now, where she's now attending. The hustle is real. The hustle is real. So this one is very enough. So now that it was fair enough, going to drop her off is just like 7 minutes walk from the house, which is very, very good. Just 7 minutes walk from the house, you're there. 7 minutes back. There's never a case of being late or missing bus or catching bus, or it's just a stone throw. And now that she's now in reception proper, I thank God. Now I have time. I can even drop her off and go to work. If not that summer is there to still keep me grounded, I would have still taken shifts, even drop her off. You can successfully drop off a child by 8, you resume work by 9, do whatever you want to do from that 9 to maybe 4. The child after school, they will stay for after school class or something. Then again, after you finish your work, you can pick them up. You can do that if you have children that are of that age. But if you have toddlers, like some that have not started school, of course, that there will still be something you have to go home to. So it's basically okay now. Drop them off in the morning by 8, come back in the 3 o'clock, by 3 o'clock to pick them up, and they eat. In fact, this eating in school is another new thing for us. They now eat in school, unlike before, where she comes home and she eats lunch. Now she eats lunch in school. And ordinarily they used to give them fruits in between, like snacks. They give them fruits. Then when it's time for lunch, they give them lunch proper, like a full course meal. Now my daughter will come back from school, she will not agree to eat. So initially when she started newly, she will come back, I will still make lunch and all that. But I realized that we started wasting food. You give her lunch, she will just nibble on it. She became a picky eater. And I'm like, what's happening? She will tell you what she ate in school. She ate pizza, she ate macaroni, she ate spaghetti. I said, okay, no problem. So no more lunch. You have eaten lunch in school. When she comes back from home, I can give her snacks, yogurt, and fruits, whatever it is she has for her snacks. Then she will not eat dinner. Okay, she now starts eating dinner early, maybe around 6. I would have given them dinner so that the space will not be that long. She comes back from home by 3, from school by 3, does one or two things, eats her lunch and all that. Then by 6, we'll have dinner. 7, 8, they are off to bed. We keep learning new tactics every day to cope, sort of. But now, so far, so good. We are coping well with the reception. I'm going back home now to Samsung to go and start the rest of my day. Being a mom is a full-time job, really. It's a full-time job. If you're a mom and you're thinking you don't have a job, you're feeling, in fact, when I didn't have a job, every day I'll wake up in the morning, I'll be like, oh, this is it again. When am I going to get a job? Start going out and making money. Being a mom is a job on its own. If actually whatever daddy is getting can sustain the family, if possible, say pay your wife salary or more. Pay your wife salary if you have the money. Being a mom, like now I'm going back home to continue running up and down in that flat, doing one or two things. Before you know it, it's 3 o'clock. It's time to go and pick her up, and then the routine continues. Repetitive task, like I said. So guys, I'll leave you guys here, okay? I'm at home now. All right, so see you guys. Bye bye.